Hey Josh.
Hello.
I mean, it was a movie, and it did all the stuff that an action movie needs to do. It wasn't terrible, but it exists. And we didn't have a bad time. We were the only ones in the theater, so we had a lot of like freedom to like nitpick and yell at the screen and stuff. So that was fun.
Have you played any of the games?
I have not. The
Okay.
climax involves having to suspend your disbelief just for the rule of cool, which I
hmm
respect,
What are
but
you, what are you talking about?
Uncharted.
What? Uncharted? Oh, whatever.
So if you don't need spoilers, or if you don't mind spoilers, they're hunting for this gold, and they find these two ancient ships from like the 1600s trapped in a cave next to a resort that no one's noticed. Then the bad guys are able to like blow a hole in the top of the cave, hook the two ships to helicopters, lift the cave like the ships out laden with this gold, and they've got
Yeah.
no issue with the ships falling apart. And then it's just they have this chase scene with the two helicopters and the two ships like shooting at each other with cannonballs, and it's dumb.
Pirates.
It
What?
is it's dumb, but
Really?
it's
Oh
like
my
yeah, all
god.
right. It was D&D nonsense. So I mean, it ticked all the boxes you need for an action film.
And some by the sounds of it.
That
If you're looking for a hidden gem to watch, besides like the one of the ones I watched this weekend, besides the Adam Project, was uh Pirates or the Pirates, the Last Royal Treasure. It's basically a kung fu pirate movie.
Oh, cool.
So
nice.
Kung
I
Fu
want to see the
Pirates.
Taika Waititi one.
Oh, with like Blackbeard or whatever. And he's like interviewing all the pirates or trying. He like it's like a fancy guy that wants to be a pirate, and Taika plays Blackbeard.
I think so. One sec here.
Yeah,
is it the
that's what it
one
is.
on HBO Max?
I don't know if it's on
First leg
HBO.
means death. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched the episode of it. I liked it. I need to go back and finish it, but I just haven't.
People keep looking at me on LinkedIn.
Mm. The Adam Project was surprisingly good too.
That one looked neat.
What would you call an
It
all rogue campaign? If you had a campaign of just rogues, what would you call that? My first thought was Silent Night, but I don't know.
You know, that's pretty cool for title. Like if it was all clerics, you'd call them the Amen.
Fuck. Nice.
Right. Oh, rogues.
You could call it pew pew pew. I don't know.
a sneaky
That's not very
hunch.
I meant for the clerics, but I don't know. Or call it
Thieves
holy.
can.
I'd call it holy crap. That's what I'd call it.
Prince of
Silent
Thieves.
Night. Silent Night for the rogues, and then Holy Night for
Ugh.
the paladins.
What did you say, Troy, for the rogues?
Thieves can.
Thieves can.
I like it. I like that.
Nice.
There you go.
10 out of
That's,
That's
10.
great.
Thieves can. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, I'm totally down to do one shots of these. By the way, I'm just saying.
Nice.
There's definitely enough subclasses now that everyone in this group could pick one category.
Oh yeah. Yep. It's a nice shout out to Nick, who's probably going to be listening to this gameplay later this week. I'm recording it right now, so. Thieves can. Wow.
So,
What about all
would
wizards?
a party full of druids be Woodstock?
Well, yes. Yeah, it would. It would now.
Sure fucking would, you're right.
Yeah.
Fighters, it's Fight Club. That's easy.
Oh, that's super easy. That's great. Yeah.
We don't talk about Fight Club only because none of the other classes like those guys.
If it's all monks, would you just call it martial law?
There
Yeah,
you go.
Fight Club.
Wizards Brain Games.
Brain Games, nice. If it was all rogues, you could call it just Redacted. Just Redacted.
No holds barred.
No holds barred. Son of a bitch.
I'm in.
Nice. What about barbarians? Sorcerer. That'd be interesting. Just call it. Let's get meta. Or call it metagaming. You could call it metagaming. I don't know. Or metagame. I don't know.
Daddy's favorite child.
Oh God. Yeah. Just call it faces. Face off. Yeah.
Warlocks. Whose patron is it, anyways?
Nice. Ice cream. Do I want ice cream from Marble Slab?
I'm eating ice cream
Probably.
right now.
Seems like
Dairy
the
Queen.
same-
Drive through.
I just got a text asking if I want Marble Slab. My reply is, I fucking guess so.
Survey says yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My reply is, apparently. Yeah. I want strawberry of some sort. Hi, Dean. Hi, Karsten.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How's everybody's week been?
It's been a week.
It's a week. Yeah.
It's been a week.
A lot better. I haven't had to clean anything.
Nice.
Me, it was the opposite. I took care of a bunch of stuff around the apartment.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, I was the opposite. Did a bunch of cleaning.
Mm.
Did we get a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so,
I can't remember. Did we level up at the end of last week?
everybody's
Or
level
all
3.
my-
Everybody's level
Okay.
3 now, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Some of you were level 3 before. Now you all are.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Okay. You do your thing while I ramble, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, so last session we left off. It was Hackspice, Marianne, Dakin, Eowyn, Blammerhoff. Sorry, and the town. The mayor's office caved in, collapsed. You guys were fighting off a mummified dragon wormling while trying to get to safety before the building collapsed. You guys broke free successfully. Then you had to rush through town trying to find this dragon before it hurt any of the locals. You checked through the stables and you met a cranky NPC rabbit person. That's like bunny person, not rabbit as in evil, crazy. The library started to light up as somebody set it on fire. You guys were fighting zombies and a dragon outside of a tavern that was also set on fire, but I think it was one of you guys that did that.
Nah, it was the dragon.
Yeah, it was turning townsfolk into zombies to do its bidding. You guys fought it off. You chased it out of town. It thought it was going to get away, but a magic missile proved that to determine that to be a lie. Yeah, you guys killed off this dragon and it turned to dust. You guys were sitting in the town. There's a couple buildings that were damaged, one building that was lost. You guys were able to save the library, save the librarian. Not all of the books, of course, but you did find some information that could potentially lead you to where this missing mayor is and any other possible leads behind the state of the town and how it got to this. What do you guys want to do?
We take a rest.
I can give you a couple.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
I definitely want to look over the information on the mayor.
Okay. Yeah, you guys will definitely be long resting for sure. And my question to you is what you guys want to do during that long rest in the town, and then what you guys wish to do after the long rest is completed. And did everybody roll for initiative?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
What?
I thought I sucked.
Oh, you rolled a 0 on initiative. That's amazing.
That's a typo, by the way.
I was gonna say that plus 21 is definitely a typo. I figured so.
Better than negative.
Yeah.
Well, who's in the top of the order here?
Blamerhoff.
All right. Well, I guess we're trying to find the mayor.
As things are right now, you guys do have a long rest, so there's like a cutscene kind of thing while you're in the town, and then come the end of the long rest, any further decisions beyond that. But yes, if you're trying to find the mayor, you were going to say continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, we can ask around while we just kind of chill around.
Okay.
I will see whatever books are left and see if I can find anything on alchemy or crafting stuff.
Okay. Okay. So looking for alchemy-based books from the library fires, or or from the wreckage in the mayor's office, and then you also wanted to talk to some of the locals, and just to see if you could
Yep.
find any leads. Okay.
Yep. And the remaining tavern, the one that's not that wasn't on fire.
Yeah, the saloon was on fire. The tavern/inn was still intact. Yes. Okay. While you were doing that, what does Marianne want to do during the long rest? I fear to ask.
Yeah. Marianne is probably going to be working to get the sand out of her hair.
Okay.
And she'll help like try to put things back, build up the buildings, heal anyone that's needs healing.
Okay.
Using kind of her cleric druid stuff to help rebuild.
Okay. Just help locals and help repair stuff. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do or look into?
I'm curious if there's anything in the collapsed sheriff's office or the mayor's office.
Okay.
That we can salvage, like those maps or scrolls, or if there was anything else being kept with the dragon.
Okay.
I mean, someone had to know that dragon was there.
Okay, so you want to go kind of help locals out, and then when you get a chance, just kind of go sift through the wreckage sort of deal? See if there's anything that you
kind of
guys
like
might
an
have missed.
urban explorer. Pickles and I are gonna go.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I can use like bee spawn to get make friends with a mouse or something, and see if the mouse can find anything really cool.
Nice.
Snake.
Okay.
If you figure out a good way to get sand out of hair, I need to know. I will follow Marianne.
Nice.
Okay. So Hackspice will help with Marianne. Okay. What is nice? What's Dakin doing?
Dakin, of course, ran out of town to grab whatever he could from the mummified dragon. Clearly, this is an archaeological find, at least a representation of it.
Okay.
Then he comes back into town, talks with the blacksmith, hands him his gold for helping, and I will look over the stuff on the mayor as everyone else is perusing through stuff.
Looking over the mayor's stuff. Okay.
The lead on the mayor and information about him.
Okay.
I'm probably sitting at the tavern getting a beer because they probably don't have water there.
Okay. Okay. I'll say you're probably hanging out with Blamerhoff then.
Yeah,
And
my familiar just swimming around the bar.
Nice. Yeah, things are pretty uneasy overall in the town, given the current state. There was I think it was five or six people were killed during the.
If there's any kids around there, I would have the familiar play with the kids.
Okay, there are probably a few kids in the bar, unfortunately, and yes, I would say that it's playing with them. The Hackspace you're
Well, the
hanging.
bar is probably like the food place, but go on. I'm sorry.
No worries. It's also a tavern too, or it's also an inn as well.
Yeah.
So there's some folks that are staying there for sure. Some kids that are just like kind of working, like it's like a family-run business. So there's a couple kids that probably live there and empty out chamber pots and like change bedding and stuff like that, and run around, run small errands for some of the people that are staying there. The Hackspice, you said you're hanging out with Marianne.
That's correct.
Okay. And Eowyn, what are you up to?
I will be looking to salvage what books I can from the library and see where I can relocate them to establish a temporary library.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
I imagine I'll only have like a handful of books though.
Yeah, like it's probably a couple of trips. you could get probably like a few IKEA bags worth of books that are still intact, of varying degree. Some are in better shape than others. Unfortunately, it's mostly just like fluff, just like poorly written romance novels, and then a couple like legal documents. But I mean, there's a few things that are probably of some worth in there to the right people as well. But you haven't really like gone through everything to figure out the exact content of each book. More so the quality, the physical quality, I guess. Blammerhoff, if you're looking through, you want to look through for any like alchemy-based information, and then also talk to the locals. I'll say make an investigation check to start with, as you're looking for anything of interest or potential interest to you. Marianne, make a make a persuasion check. Hackspace, you can help her if you wish to, if you're helping her look through stuff as well.
Definitely help.
Okay. Dakin, your choice. You want to make a investigation check, or do you want to make a persuasion check kind of thing or a perception check if you want to like be like passively listening in on people talking at the tavern, or if you want to try to help out Blammerhoff, or if there's something else you wanted to look into on your own. And
I'll passively listen.
Okay. Okay. And Eowyn, make a persuasion check as you're talking to people and trying to see if there's anywhere nearby that you can convince to help protect these books and whatnot. So starting with top, Mr. Blammerhoff. Just looking for where you rolled, if you did yet.
Yeah, I did. What did I get?
Oh,
15?
15?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, cool. Yes. There's some people that were kind of upfront. They were talking. You didn't find any overt information about alchemy in any of the books that were left behind, or any of the leads. You did find a couple of like minor components, and there was a few small remnants of like a magical type of stone, kind of more like just like tiny pieces of gravel for size comparison. But you have experience with it from your neck of the woods, and you've probably worked with some of it in the past. It's kind of like a enhancer or an ability, like a material that's used to enchant items. You did find some remnants of that in the stuff that you guys recovered. Otherwise, you did hear some stories from some of the locals between you and Dakin, talking about how there were these symbols that were carved into some of the zombies, and how they just kind of lit up. And Dakin, I would say make a Arcana check based on the descriptions that they were giving you guys.
Arcana. Okay.
Filings. I wanted to say filings of some sort of this material. Sorry.
Solid 14.
So you're able to, as they're kind of redrawing some of the symbols off of napkins that some of the locals are showing you, and you can see that like it belongs to a school, to the school of necromancy, but you're not quite sure beyond that. It's very, very advanced, beyond anything that you've encountered in your studies, for sure. Indicating some sort of
Time and copy the. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you've got
copy this down.
Okay, like yeah, you just kind of keep the just keep the bar napkins kind of thing, for sure.
They make good bookmarks. They really do.
There you go. Afterwards, there was Marianne with your 17 and Hackspice.
In the laundry room.
Were you, Hackspice, were you giving Marianne the help action, or were you making a check as well? Okay.
Yeah, no, you can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
How are you?
I had a 17.
Okay. Nice.
17.
A 17 it is. Yeah, so she's kind of like looking around, I imagine, and like kicking things over and then kind of struggling to actually move anything, and then Hackspice just shows up and starts moving like columns, moving like wooden beams out of the way.
Yep, being the muscle, moving stuff around, and being an extra set of eyes.
Nice. Marianne, you find a couple of small bottles of some sorts of potion. There are 2 potions.
Ooh. Maybe you. Oh, maybe
Fine.
Owen will know how to deal with these.
Nice. Yeah. Otherwise,
I'm not asking for Dakin's help.
otherwise, amidst the ruins, you don't see much else. You kind of see you see like there are mice and whatnot, but they kind of skitter away when they see the giant bugbear come through.
That's fine. Figured out. I've cast Mold Earth, so I can get rid of sand out of my hair and Hackspice's fur.
Nice.
Priorities.
Okay. Casting Mold Earth to get the sand out of your guys' hair. Okay, I like it. Aowen, there was a couple local.
Oh, good.
Sorry, Hackspice.
No, that's fine.
Aowen, there was talking to a couple of locals, and then I guess Dewey or Mr. Dewey, the gnome librarian. He was kind of, you're able to kind of calm him down or get him back to a state of semi stability, and he's able to get you to help him move books towards the bank, which is the building that is adjacent to the library, and they do have some areas where they can store records there as well. And you guys do go into the bank near the beginning of the evening, and you notice that it is looking pretty bare in here for the most part. Like as you go into like where the vault is to store these books, you notice there's like a couple of chests, but they're all open, and there's next to no coin in this area. Just a bunch of ledger books and a bunch of empty chests.
Is the banker with me?
There is the librarian, and yes, I'll say there's the banker is with you as well.
You know, I want to say to the banker, I and the goddess Elune are so thankful you have been able to provide sanctuary for these books. Knowledge is precious. But I am slightly curious, if this is a bank, where are all your
Funds?
My bank,
money, coin?
banked goods, as it were.
Yes.
Yes. So the banker is a ugly, old halfling He's just like wrinkly and short, and he's like his kind of eyes are like half closed because he's just all wrinkly, and it's almost kind of like the equivalent of like a basset hound or a pug, but he's a halfling, and he's like kind of chewing on his nails while talking to you, or while you're talking to him and asking about where the money is, and he's like, money comes in, money goes out. That's just the way it is. A lot more's been going out lately since the mayor moved into this town. He keeps it in the ledger, though, or so he says.
Again, friend, curious, why would money be going out so quickly since the mayor moved in?
Oh, I just reckon he's
I'm new to these parts, so I'm of course always curious and looking to obtain more knowledge always.
Hey, I suppose
Also known as an audit.
Yeah, are you auditing me? This starts to get flustered. Yeah. I will not have my work called into question. And then he just kind of like grabs one of these ledger books and just hands it to you. He's like, if you're so concerned to check the books, I wrote everything out perfectly, just as per request. And yeah, he hands you this ledger book. It's just everything's summarized, proper columns, proper expenses, as it were.
I'd like to maybe take a quick perusal of that ledger.
For sure. You can see that there's I guess make an insight check as you're reading through it. I like intelligent paladins. Nice. Cool. So at first glance, things don't make a lot of sense. They're like over the last month or so, there appears to be 2 to 3 times more entries than there were previous. So it's almost like he's doubling down on a lot of the entries and the values. And then you can see that there are some recent larger transactions reflecting with like the title like just a contractor, as he's clearly been taking money out to pay somebody off, it seems. And with that, I'll pivot back to Blammerhoff and Dakin at the tavern as they're talking about complaints about how they're not able to work in the mines anymore because they've been closed down to them, and they've been having to travel further to look for work. And on those travels, they've heard rumors about bandits and people keeping them off of certain roads that run close to their old workplace.
Ah, yes.
As he uses good berry to flavor a hard drink at the tavern. Nice. Go ahead, Dakin.
So it seems like the mayor has been probably hiring thugs. Oh, what does the script say, or the thing that we got that would give us a lead?
Sorry?
Before I sit here. The thing that would give us a lead, does it seem like it's in the same area that the people are talking about the bandits?
Oh yes, that's right too. You guys were able to recover some maps from the area that led to this closed off mining location.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is curious. Go ahead.
And some of the workers that you're talking with, Blammerhoff, were talking about how they were just mining for like regular ore, and there was one spot where they opened up what appeared to be they were kind of like blasting in a new area, and they thought they were on the brink of discovering something interesting, and that's when things got shut down.
Oh yes, this
The
seems
plot
to be
thickens.
curiouser and curiouser. Blammerhoff, my good buddy.
Are you
I
thinking
believe
what
we
I'm
may have
thinking?
to. I believe so. I think it's a very logical conclusion to jump. This area might be worth checking out.
Are you lads and lass ready for an adventure?
Yes.
Well-
Not much to do around here.
Unless you want to fix buildings.
I'm already out the door.
Okay, so
Nice. Okay.
I gotta put my my low charisma into action.
Hammerhoff, you're pretty good with drinks, right?
I'd say so. I'm an alchemist after all.
Oh no, the potions I found. I have no idea what these are, but they were in the hole that we created.
Nice.
The dragon.
Oh, in the hole down in the mayor's basement.
Ah, like
Oh,
potions
and I
or something.
I found these in a
Yeah.
busted old building, buried under dirt and garbage. Tell me what they do. I should take my dice out. I gotta get
Oh, that's fascinating.
player killer dice here.
Can I investigate the potions?
Yes. How do you want to check them?
Got.
How would you inspect these?
I guess
potions.
just investigation. Is that? No.
Okay.
I could do Arcana, but they're not necessarily magical.
We could call it an alchemy check for you since you're an artificer alchemist. So you went with alchemist then, hey? That was your level
That's right,
3
yeah.
choose? Okay, nice. Okay.
Oh, I think was that not? Did I not already have that?
I think you did, but I didn't
Pretty sure I
remember.
already. I'm pretty sure I picked that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are alchemists front loaded? I didn't know if they chose at level 3 or not.
I think.
Or maybe they're like
I thought it was already at level 2. Then again, maybe I
Okay.
started at level 3.
you were at level 2.
remember.
You started level 2. I started you at level 2
Yeah.
because I didn't think that you had an archetype to choose yet, and I guess I was
Right.
just wrong because they choose it at level 2 like druids do. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. So what would alchemy? What would that be?
We'll call it an arcana check, but I mean just
Sure.
reflavoring it as a
That's my highest one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. My Arcana is alchemy from here on out.
okay.
It's a good one.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. That's beautiful. Okay. That's beautiful. Nice. Yeah, so one of them looks to be just like a standard healing potion. And then the other one does not. It's got some like it's got like some bad vibes coming from it. You haven't encountered anything like it before. It does not appear to be lethal at all, but it's got like a bad aura about it for sure. Possibly some sort of reagents or reagents that have been that are more associated with things like illusions or enchantments.
It has a bad aura around it, and it's kind of to do with illusions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's consumable and non-lethal, but you're not sure.
All right, Marianne. One of these is good when you're in trouble. The other one is good to get you into trouble.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay.
There we go. I better write that down before I forget it. The name that I was going to call it.
Are you giving them back or are you keeping them? Because Marianne doesn't care either way.
Oh, I mean, you found them.
All right.
Nice.
Potions.
Okay. Nice.
There's-
Cool. And then with you guys long resting, I guess you chose alchemist as your archetype, and then I was curious what type of paladin path Eowyn chose to go down.
Path of Devotion.
Path of
That was the
devotion.
only one I had. That was the only one I had open to me, so I took that one.
If you join the campaign again with that character, you have them all open.
I thought I did.
You have to join with each character you make.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. I will be back in 2 minutes because apparently my ice cream is here.
Okay. Check you later.
How do I add items and add equipment? Oh, custom item? Custom item.
That's what I did.
Potion to get me out of trouble. potion to get me into trouble.
Awesome.
Don't get the
Warner
mixed up.
Warner Brothers and Discovery Plus are combining services.
Discovery Play. Oh, is that the Discovery Channel?
Yeah, they're streaming services.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right, I
Hey,
decorate
how do I
the
join?
potions.
How do I join a
got you.
campaign? Anybody?
He should send you a link, and then you should be able to click it.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll reshare a link.
So, Marianne, you tie a pink bow to the good potion and a black bow to the bad potion.
That's smart.
And Blammerhoff, which one is the healing potion? Is that the good potion or the bad potion?
Oh, that's the good one.
Okay. I'm just making sure that Blammerhoff's perspective is in line with what Marianne would be expecting. Because you never know.
My charisma's not that low.
Yeah. It could just be, healing potions are for cowards, God hates a healer. Yeah. I don't know.
Drop it over in general.
Thanks, man.
I would pin that, but I think they expire, so. Also, I think everybody has it now. Cool. What do you guys want to do to prepare for this trip? And while you guys are preparing, is there anything you want to suggest to the locals around the town? Some of them are talking about repairing the library or just ignoring the repairs to the library and the saloon, and if they should just keep going with like these construction sites, or if they should do anything at all. Some people are talking about just leaving and just like heading to a closer city that has walls around it, where it might be safer, given the fact that the dragon just attacked them. So things are kind of uneasy right now in the town, considering how the day went.
Alabaster not Alabaster. Wrong character. Dakin would ask him what was the purpose of this town, if it's just a pit stop town, and is there resources here like water? Because if there is, then this should be a thriving town in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's a.
Or was this? Go ahead.
There's definitely a well in the town, and it's going to be. So there's a large underground water source for sure in this area, but this has been primarily a crossroads for the town, or a crossroads town for mining outposts up into the hills, and this is like the last point of civilization before going into the hills for like however many days to weeks that it would take to get to the hill dwarf city where Blammerhoff is from.
I would suggest this is a very important outpost, and if they could, and I would even vouch on their half when I got to the main city, that they need to have defenses put up here to help with this major traveling waypoint.
Okay.
And hopefully then they could rebuild or grow their town from there.
Perhaps if they had a prosperous mine. And we
That would
knew what
definitely
was
help
happening
too.
with the mayor.
There you go. Make a persuasion check as you butt in on like this impromptu like in tavern union meeting that's coming up. There's a bunch of like pissed off out of work miners are talking about leaving. This is just not worth it. It's the risk factor here is not worth it. They've been out of work for weeks and they keep having to go further out and yeah. Nice. I meant for Dakin to make the persuasion check, but I'll take that.
I was getting ready to.
Okay.
Oh, go for it.
Nice. Because yes, so Dakin, you start
It's way
to
better.
so Dakin, you go in there with your with your hoity-toity.
I over-explained.
Yeah, you're over-explaining like every noble has to talk down to commoners like they're different people and they don't know any better, and they're just starting to get riled up, and as they're listening to you and be like, well, what's good as a promise in the city if we're dead? Like, how are you going to get us defenses? How are you supposed to protect us? And then Hackspice speaks up like he's trying to help, and he's like, yeah, maybe if they had a working mine. And then they're all like, yeah, maybe if we had a working mine. This is the whole system is rigged against us, and they're getting really like flustered. And
Maybe you just need a bit of help. We can look into it.
Alabaster stands his not Alabaster. Dakin stands his ground. Dakin stands his ground and looks at them and says, "Well, one, we will go look at the mines for you, and if there's ever is a problem, we will do our best to take it out. And two, you seem very well at versing a council. I suggest you don't have one man in charge here anymore. So don't lean on me. Lean on each other."
all right, we'll tell you what. We'll give you. What are you going to say, Blammerhoff?
I was just gonna say, like,
Please pipe.
if you really want your mine, come with us.
Oh, geez. they kind of cower back at this, and as Blammerhoff pipes in with that final note, and as they're about to pipe up, and then you basically tell them to put their money where their mouth is, and then you kind of cow their leader, and he kind of looks at you, like, we'll give you till the end of the week, you know. But if there's no hope in sight at that point, then we're gonna have to cut tail. We're gonna have to cut and run. But no, you go see if you can open things up for us and get us back to work.
I think one of us should run from here after this.
And we will negotiate the reward afterwards. I don't think you guys can forfeit that as of right now, if we do succeed.
Nice.
But you know,
this is where Eowyn walks in. This is where Eowyn walks in. All the money's gone from the bank. Sorry. Okay. I guess Hackspice and Marianne, everybody, I'm assuming, is back at the tavern here at this point. Is there anything that Eowyn wants to add to this conversation that he's coming into? Other than my joke, but no. Before we cut to the next day, and then as you guys are long resting, go ahead.
I will say, while the banker was certainly generous allowing us to store our knowledge there, I found it most peculiar that the bank had almost nothing in it. Does that strike anyone else as perhaps odd?
You're being candid about this, right?
I'm being candid about this.
Okay. Yeah, nobody hears you. Well, the bartender hears you, but he's just he's there serving drinks to you guys.
Very well.
maybe we'll find all this stuff at this frivolous mine that the mayor has, I'm assuming, took control of. And there also might be bandits on the way, so we must keep our eyes and ears about us.
Marianne's got no interest in maintaining this town.
Okay.
Aiden's not here, but Aiden might be at the mines, so she's willing to go to the mines. She'll use some spell slots to help the town out, but she doesn't care if the people stay or not.
Nice. Okay.
I'm gonna track down a 10-gallon container for water.
Okay.
Does it look like we have a... I'm going to talk to the blacksmith about procuring one of the lizards and a carriage to carry our stuff, not for us to ride in.
Okay. And you want to talk to the smith about that? You don't want to... I guess you're not gonna... Yeah, like the merchants and like the caravan that you guys are protecting, they're sticking around the town. They're totally... Anthony's totally okay with you guys going about and securing the interests of the town because he's pretty much like in the hole at this point. And he's not going to give you a wagon. He can't, unless you were to convince him to like take out all of the wares and then leave it unprotected, kind of thing. But the smith, he will lend you a lizard, but he wants a 10 gold deposit.
Oh, definitely. I will front that.
Okay. Yes. Well, maybe I should have asked for 20. He says, as he gives you a lizard, which is effectively a pack mule, but it's at this point it's like a large iguana. It's like the size of a.
I just shake his hand. It's just good business, and I'm a repeating customer.
Nice.
Remember that.
Yeah. He's like, I'll catch you. I'll get you a good one then. Where did you guys say you were going again?
To the mines. We're going to investigate some more. I will be sure to protect the lizard the best of my abilities.
Going to the mines, so okay, I'll get you nothing but the best for you on such a dangerous walk. Okay, and then he goes out.
I'm going to do a perception check on that.
Okay.
Or insight.
Okay.
Either one.
What do you? Okay.
I don't care which one he gives us. I just want to see if he's bullshitting me. 13.
He seems kind of his demeanor definitely changed once you told him where he was going, and he comes out and he grabs you he comes out with this lizard, and I don't know if you've ever seen a lizard cough before, but this one did as it approached you. It's got like some as you can see like remnants of dry skin on it, dry patches of skin where like it hasn't fully shed in some time, and it's got one like half closed eye and it just kind of looks lazy, and it's just like blah.
I slipped this lizard the other good berry I was given. Yes, this one will do quite well. Thank you, my friend.
Make an animal handling check.
I'm perfectly fine getting bit for this.
It's all good.
Animal handling.
Yeah. Nice.
It's not horrible.
You would think that it would slime your hand, but it's like abnormally dry. It's almost like a cat tongue. As it just like takes this berry out of your hand, and like.
Is anyone with me when I do all this bullshit?
I don't know if anybody went with you or not. Did anybody go with you?
Hard no.
Nice. Unless Hackspice is here, because you definitely can get a barrel from this spot, Hackspice, without any real charge.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I feel like you just like go and grab one from like this little construction site, one of those little construction yards that's beside the blacksmith, and just kind of like, I don't know if you're carrying it yourself or what you're planning to do with it.
No, I'll carry it. I'll load it up on my back.
Okay.
Hackspice, buddy, we have a new traveling companion that can help carry that. No need to burden yourself.
You can see it's not straining him at all.
I figured. Blaster's just like.
I've got the powerful build feature, so I can actually carry twice my limit. So I've got a 540-pound carrying capacity.
Yeah.
Dragon's just trotting along to catch up with you.
I love how your character can just nonchalantly carry more than I will ever hope to someday ever deadlift.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah. Fucking fantasy indeed. Love it.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So you crash for the night, and then into the morning. How do you want to prepare for this trip? Otherwise, you have a lizard pack animal, a Hackspice is secured, 10 extra gallons of water, plus what you guys probably could carry.
Top up on rations and. We've got
berries.
Water.
And then Marianne's got
Everybody can have good berries, so you don't have to worry about food.
Caltrops and fishing line. Or line.
How are you casting Goodberry?
Like, how does the spell look?
Well, let I'm just 1 second here. I'm just double checking the components. A sprig of mistletoe.
Or a focus.
Or a focus.
Can pickles be my focus?
Yes, pickles can be your focus. But pickles is alive, just remember.
For now.
For now.
That was the.
Well, I mean, I'm not really officially trained as a druid, so I'm kind of just probably like, this is how it works. And
That's
then
right.
it kind of does, except maybe doesn't.
Okay, nice. What's your proficiency bonus? 2, right? And what's your wisdom modifier?
Wisdom is +3,
Okay.
and proficiency bonus is
2. You're level 3, so it should be 2. What? Okay, so your choice. Make a religion check or a survival check.
I want a survival.
Okay.
Religion's a negative.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you're able to effectively use pickles as an arcane focus without causing any damage to it or draining from its life force in any way that you can tell. So you're able to cast it. And
Such a-
I
Yeah,
think
where are we, Dark Sun?
I'm just trying to fight back on the meta. That's all.
No, that's awesome. I love it.
You're a brand new druid. You don't have an official proper spell focus yet, and I'll say that you're not spamming Goodberry. That's all.
I'll hand a good berry out to everyone on the trip.
Cool.
There's Owen, Hackspice, Blammerhoff, Dakin, myself, and the lizard, right?
Yes.
And pickles.
And pickles.
Pickles doesn't need a good berry. I have Druidcraft.
I'll say that as you're casting it, Pickles is growing the berries off the end of the spines of it, of its
Nice.
little,
That's
little
cool.
spiny barbs. So it's like you can see it like struggle, and it kind of like compresses a little bit as these berries pop off, but then it like resumes its normal size
Nice.
hydration level, because it shouldn't be growing berries off of cactus barbs or cactus spines.
I love it.
All right, so I'll pass those around. Everybody gets 2 except for Dakin.
That's fair. Dakin smiles and takes 1.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm gonna eat one for breakfast and
Marianne uses hers as
Maybe a
lipstick
little
before she
later.
eats it.
Nice.
She looks good that way.
Who is leading the way on the road?
Oh, have we left yet? Can I prepare in a bottle like a type of Molotov?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So
like the
just
yeah. This is like the early morning prep for the trip / like what you did in the evening kind of thing. So, yep. What do you want to do right before you leave town? You can definitely prepare a Molotov cocktail.
can I put like see something called Tasha's Caustic Brew in the
Okay.
list? Can I just have that effect, but it's like it won't need a spell. It's just in like I have a one-time thing that I could throw.
Is that a regular ability or something above and beyond?
I don't know. Oh, it might be above and beyond.
Tasha's Caustic Brew is a spell, right?
Yeah.
How many slots do you have?
I think that's a feature later on.
It is, which is okay. Make an Arcana check. Okay. I will say that you're able to prepare it for 1 use for this day. It's good for about 24 hours. And if you don't use it within 24 hours, it's going to go off on a random time, anytime after that.
Great. It's just my style.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as you were asking, and I was like, okay, that's right. But you're also a crazed alchemist who is completely reckless. So, yes.
It's going to light itself on fire again with it. Josh, come on now.
So caustic brew is not really fire, and I don't think absorb elements works on it.
you can also do some experimental
I beg to
with
differ.
for once a day.
Does it work? Is it acid? Hey,
I beg to differ. Acid does work for absorb elements.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. It's good that you have this prepared. Then I see that you've done your. I see that you have researched the proper MSDS of your fucking potions. Yeah. Nice.
All right, now we can go.
Right on. Who's leading the way?
Hackspice can go up front.
Okay. That
I
way.
will follow
Probably-
close behind.
Student, I write long essays that are
Where is
I'm
the...
probably following with the lizard.
Okay, so let's see here. So like Hackspice and Owen or Eowyn, like at the forefront of things, and then you got Dak in the middle, or
I'm probably middle.
okay,
You taking a cart or are we walking?
you guys are walking with a pack lizard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Walk with the pack lizard.
What's that?
Are you sure? Dakin's right.
It's effectively it's
Marianne
Dakin's
just-
lizard.
Lounging across the top of the lizard, just chilling up there,
Nice.
not even bothered to walk.
With like one less day worth of rations as a result on the lizard itself. I like it.
The octopus is sitting on the lizard's head like a hat.
And then
Sometimes used
Krillin
for.
and the breed. Okay, go ahead. No, it's all good. Yeah, so you guys make it about halfway through the day. It's a desert, so it's pretty fucking ugly outside. It's beautiful as far as clarity goes, but it's a hot day. Nothing too out of the ordinary until Hackspice. You see a group of people on the road that were initially approaching, and then they've stopped. They're probably a couple 100 yards away at this point, and they stop and they kind of spread out, and you can see there's probably about 10 to 12 of them. One of them looks to be about normal height from this distance, and then the other ones appear to be smaller, something of halfling size. I guess Eowyn and Hackspice, you guys would see them. So they kind of like came over top of like this ridge, and then they like kind of like a crest and like a hill kind of thing, and like as soon as they saw you, they stopped and like kind of spread out. But they made no attempt to flee or advance.
I guess we'd keep going. I'll continue to walk.
Okay. Once you get close enough, I'll say that you're probably like, I'll say probably about like 60 yards away. 60 feet for simplicity. You can see that it is a hobgoblin, and he has a group of goblins with him. And the goblins themselves, they don't appear to be particularly outfitted in anything too impressive. They have some bows and some spears, and the odd one has like a little short sword kind of deal. And the hobgoblin himself, he's pretty well decked out in like dusty armor, I guess, under his cloak. And he sees you, and he kind of, in goblin, I guess, he calls out, and he says, "Greetings. Are you?"
I'll say back in Goblin, something along the lines of greetings on the trail of exploration.
I guess he'll call back and ask what you're exploring. As are you you're explorers, or are you on the job? Does anybody else speak Goblin?
Oh no.
Nope.
Bad language, I don't think I would speak it.
Jeez, where is it?
Nope.
When does
Common,
one end and the
Draconic,
other
and
begin?
Elvish.
Nice. As you said, when does one end and the other begin?
Yeah,
For
on the job or
oh, okay. Nice. Probably about another half day from here. And he'll look to the rest of you, and then he'll kind of call out in common, and just say that He wants no trouble. I'm looking for no fights today. But if I have to, then I will.
I will say to him, said, friend, I only seek to preserve life. I wish not a fight today as well. We will pass each other in peace.
Indeed. I seek no fight unless I'm being paid for it. So I wish you well in that regard as well. And
May I ask your destination?
I will be heading to the Forks, and then from there on out, if they have us, I will be looking for employment, and then elsewise, we will be heading back to our territory. Ideally, we can find work with pirates along the way, or the town, and if not there, then we will be heading further back home.
Where is home, if I may ask?
You may ask. I do not feel inclined to answer, but we are from this region. We are from these hills, but as for the exact location, I am not at liberty to tell you.
That is a fair answer, friend.
What is the cost of your employment?
How much do you have? And what sort of job are you looking for? Are you looking to hire out? The music
Scouts
just
and
changed.
muscle.
Scouts and muscle. Okay. Let's say
Perhaps for a 10-day.
for a 10-day, 10 days. Does he just he takes out a little abacus, like a little pocket abacus.
Nice. I've actually got one right here.
Nice.
Such a gentleman.
Like a real one, like in person.
Yeah, here, I'll take a picture here.
That's fucking serious. That's awesome.
That's great.
Alabaster. I mean, Dakin gets excited at seeing a bugbear use an abacus.
Nice. All right. Where is this?
Oh, it's just in general Bubba's story. I should have put it in the end game.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it's not that big actually. It's just sits in the palm of my hand.
Nice. That's quite the pipe you got there too.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, so I'll say you're looking for 10 days and you're looking for scouts. Okay. 100 gold, I think. And I'll give you 5 of my best scouts. 2 gold a day, 10 days, 5 scouts, 100 gold. I'll give you a healthy mix of old and young, so that way the old are sensible enough to share their experience, and the young enough are foolish enough to risk their lives when the need comes. Although I will admit, it's an interesting day to see a bugbear hiring out the goblins for once, and it is kind of refreshing to see.
all Hacksvice will pull out his little abacus.
Okay.
And a monocle.
No, he doesn't have a monocle, and he'll
I'll have
he'll
to make
start
you one.
flicking his abacus with his
Fuck.
with his fingernails, and he'll sort of count back and count all 5 of us in the party.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll turn back to the hobgoblin and say, "We split it 6 ways, and you and yours get 1 full share."
Well, I'm going to need something up front here now. And I'll say make a perception or a persuasion check, but I'll say with advantage because you're a goblinoid. And then he's kind of eyeing up the rest of you guys, and you don't look like you're broke, so there's that. And there's the lizard.
a 14, and I'll pull out all that I've got in my pockets, which is like 7 gold,
Okay.
and I think it's from a background, maybe. I don't know where I got it.
Does anybody else want to contribute to this plot?
I've got 4 brown Jasper gems worth a total of 25 gold pieces for all 4, not each.
Mm.
And I'll put that in the pot too.
I don't think Marianne has any money.
I don't think I have any. 'Cause I
And,
picked
and I'll
gear.
and I'll look them straight in the eye when I've got what I have in my hand, which is clearly not anywhere near the 100.
Yeah.
And I'll say, "This will affect the amount of your share."
You know, it's a sad day for all of us if this is what you're expecting to recoup on your investment, if this is all you're expecting to make out of there. But I guess, is anybody else throwing?
And I look at, I say, we're expecting to make a lot more. I just don't have the cash on hand. It's an opportunity for you.
Yes.
I have 15 gold. I'll maybe throw in I'll throw in 5.
Alabaster. Dakin would bring
I
up.
look at the hobgoblin.
yes.
I say, pretty soon you won't get the share at all, just a flat fee.
Nice.
And I might have some persuasion on getting you some employment in the future, where we're going back to later.
Nice. Are you sure on that, Dakin? Are you telling the truth? Make a persuasion check if you are, and then
No, I'm telling the truth.
And then Hackspice make an intimidation check.
Because the town needs protection, and what better way than to kill 2 birds with 1 stone?
I mean, if you're gonna lie, just say that we have money in an account.
Yeah, this guy here, Dakin, he's a prince. He's got money in an account back home. He just needs upfront money to ship the paperwork back.
Do you think we carry all that gold around? Jeez.
Yeah, back in the land of Nigeria. Yeah.
How much money would Dakin have?
We have
by the way?
that pile of coin from the
Yeah,
the,
the
got
pirates.
yeah, the pirates.
I didn't write it down. How much do you have? You should.
I was thinking I probably have close to 1,000 in gold anyway.
I would say
write it
it's
down
based
either.
on. I would say it's just based straight up on your background at this point, Dakin.
Yeah, I mean I'm a prince, so
Well, no, weren't we have some gold bars or that we were carrying along with us,
Well, that's what you guys were
Yes.
protecting.
and then everybody died, so it was ours, wasn't it?
Oh no,
No,
Anthony
not everyone
survived. Anthony survived, and then that
that's
money
right,
ended up
Anthony.
changing hands with the pirates, which is why you guys aren't being attacked by pirates anymore.
That's right.
Those gold bars, yeah, those solid gold bars are gone. Yeah, unless one of
With
you fucking stole
sincere
one,
and-
which would be amazing.
And I got a 13 on the intimidation.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna. Okay, he'll backpedal. Okay, you know what? Here, 10 gold total. He'll take 5 from each of you, or he'll take 7 from you if that's what you're offering, and then 3 from Eowyn, and then he'll give you 2 goblins, and he'll agree to a 6-way split, and he'll give you 2 goblins for the next 10 days, or until they
Just
die.
2 goblins for that?
Yeah, but he'll give you his best 2 goblins.
Oh, I thought I was negotiating for all of you.
You were, until you were unable to put up a proper safety deposit.
What if
I have mouths to feed, and I have to protect our future interests. So I will be carrying on to the Forks, and I will leave you with my 2 best. of
Two
the
is
best.
just cannon fodder. I could not guarantee their safety. Best we call the deal off. I'll stick to it.
Oh, all right. He just kind of grumbles. He's like, I'll be honest. we did travel far. I'll tell you what. I will give you 5 goblins for the next 5 days. We came far, and we were hoping to come out on a contract, but the contract was filled before we got here. in this area, so we have to return empty-handed, unfortunately. So that is the best I can do, while the rest of us go and secure work elsewhere.
Agreed.
Well-
I'll put my hand out.
Okay. Yeah, he'll put his hand out as well, and he'll
10 and 1/6.
Nice. Yes, for 5 goblins and 1/6 share, and he will bid you adieu, and he will leave you with 5 unarmored goblins that each have a spear.
You best be good scouts.
Better than better than what you have here.
Only in numbers.
All right.
Marianne's gonna ask what their names are.
Of course you would. I know what their names are. As the music stops. I love it.
And after we get the names, I'll give them instructions to go off. Two groups of 2, one on each side of the road ahead, and one leading the way on the path in the middle.
Okay.
Ask if they've eaten. Recently?
Yeah, we
Good
had.
food.
I mean, we had some rat. Like we ate some rats the other day. So yeah, we're okay.
And
I'm gonna
I'll
cast
give,
another good berry.
I was going to give one of the goblins my other good berry too.
Oh, hold on to that. I can just cast another spell. Then they can each have 2, and then they have 1 to feed themselves, and then 1 if they get in trouble.
Okay.
Good thinking, Marianne.
Each of the goblins
Nice.
gets 2 good berries, and I'll instruct them that it'll last for 1 day. If they eat 1 now, they won't get hungry. If they save 1 for trouble, I'll help them a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll repeat it all in goblin, just
Okay.
to make sure they understand.
Nice. Their names are Amin, Nimrod, Nainarv, Urin, and Anindus.
Aemon, Nimrod.
Could you type those out
Yeah, I can.
in the in-game? Thank you, sir.
Yep, I certainly can.
Unless that you want me to ask you to spell them.
No. Closing this, not saving. Why do I have to? Oh, neat.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very different than how I was spelling him.
Yeah, it's an existing list that I had, so
Love it.
cool. Okay, so you want them to kind of spread out ahead of you as you guys are carrying on through the as you guys get to a more hilly region, and you're probably like a couple of kilometers away from the area on the map itself. Is there anything that you want to do? Do you want to send scouts ahead of it? Do any of you want to scout ahead, or do you guys just want to brazenly go in there? At this point, the sun is still up, and it is probably just past dinner time.
Where we just approached the mine, did you say?
Yeah, you're probably like 1 or 2 kilometers away from it, and I'm just asking
Oh,
if there's
okay.
anything you guys want to do as far as scouting ahead, or if you want to just go right up to it, or what.
I'd like to sneak up on it. The goblins can spread out and do a wider perimeter,
Okay.
and then as we move in, they can move in and come in behind us and cover the cave entrance or the mine as we go in.
Okay. I'll say that there's 2 groups of 2, and then one of them stays with you, Axwise.
Okay.
And that'll be Amin, I guess. Emin will be the de facto guy in charge of his little group of goblins as they're kind of like scurrying around. And is there anybody else that wants to scout ahead with Hackspace?
Dakin will.
Okay.
Thank goodness. I'm gonna hang out with the lizard.
Okay.
I'll stay back as well.
Nice. What are you guys doing with the lizard?
Does he have a name?
Unless Dakin gave him one.
Whip,
Whip?
because that's the sound of it. Whip, like
Whip.
Nice.
sound of his tail.
Okay.
Whip.
Nice.
So uncreative. I'm gonna call the
No.
lizard Dustin.
Dustin? Oh, fuck.
That's not. That's what the bunny guy told me.
Nice. What's Eowyn doing? On mute, Dean.
On mute. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking
Okay.
for my unmute button on my phone.
No worries.
I will stay with the lizard
Okay.
as I have an affinity to nature.
So you're hanging out with the lizard and listening to Marianne talking about renaming it.
Yes.
Yeah. If you've got an affinity to nature, Marianne's crushing you pretty hard. So heroic. You like nature. Save the library.
One of you's gonna have to die this session. Nice. Dakin, Hackspace, as you guys scout out with
Not familiar.
with your familiar, and Emin, you guys scout out. You can see on the hill there, as you guys get closer, there's like the standard, there's like the regular mine where there's some equipment that's set up, and then nearby you can see there is this new sort of excavation apparent in the side of the hill. There is one entrance that has a couple of guards posted outside of it. You guys are quite a ways away right now. You can see it from the distance, so you guys have the choice of approaching either like this direct south-facing entrance on the hill. You can see there's some, I guess, make a perception check before I start over-explaining what you see.
I got a 10.
Nice.
My passive is a 12 if that helps.
Nice. Okay.
My familiar give me the help action on this.
How is it helping you?
Since we have a psychic link, it can be looking like the other ways as I look. It's covering more ground and letting me know if it sees anything.
Okay.
It's up to you though. If you say no, it's cool.
I'll roll for the octopus, and you can roll for yourself. And
Okay.
I'll let you know if it helps or not. Okay. Yeah, the octopus doesn't see any water anywhere. I was kind of disappointed. But you're able to tell, like, so you can see that there's like some fresh excavation, like freshly piled, like loose like spoil material sort of thing off to the north end of this hill, further to the north and west. And then there's the main entrance to the south. But you guys also see that there appears to be smoke coming from near the top of the hill as well. And from what you can tell right now, there just appears to be 2 sentries that are posted outside, and they haven't moved in the minute or so that you guys have been there looking.
What are these sentries?
From here, they appear to be humanoid, as far as you can tell, since they all look the same. Dakin, you can see that they look to be almost as big as Hackspice, and they look to be bulky, but they are wearing more clothes.
I will leave my familiar here to keep a watch on the guards. As we go report back.
Okay. Do you want to send your goblins further in, as Edmund asks you? Because he can stay here as well if you want him to.
They can move in a bit closer if they haven't found anything further out.
Okay.
And I would also like to stay and watch this cave entrance and maybe try to get a little bit closer.
Okay. And then Dakin, I guess you're heading back to the party with your familiar there with Hackspice. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. While you're heading back to the camp and kind of reconvening with them, I'm assuming you guys are just going to agree to come back to where Hackspice was originally posted, or where you and him were posted. Hackspice, make a stealth check. If you want to get a little bit closer.
I do.
Nice. You get up quite close
Nice.
to the entrance. Are you trying to get close to the main entrance itself, where the guards are posted?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see what they are.
You can see that they are orcs, and there are 2 of them. And they look to be disciplined, as they haven't moved from their post at all. They kind of like fidget a little bit here and there, but they're more focused on just standing their ground. Like, they don't look like they're actually expecting anybody to come. But there are 2 orcs there. And while you scout out this way, the other groups of goblins are going to also scout. And yeah, I guess you'll know if you go back to meet up with them on what they did and how they did. Is there anything else you want to do as you see these 2 orcs at the entry point?
No, I think I'd like to just hang out there for now.
Okay.
I'm going to listen for the approach of the other group if I can hear them.
Okay.
And watching to see the reaction of the orcs if that happens.
Okay. Are you guys going to just like make yourselves known as you approach this place, or are you going to try to get to this this lookout point that Dakin was posted at before the rest of you guys approaching?
I would suggest that we would move quietly. We already know this is shady.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest of them, though.
I cannot move quietly, but I will sit and wait until I am needed.
Okay.
Give me a signal.
Okay.
My friend, I might have a way to get you there quietly, if you happen to trust me.
You have given me no reason not to trust you.
Okay, so I have this spell. I usually use it for moving heavy bones and other equipment, but this seems like a pretty good idea. And let's see, how long does the ritual take? If we take just 10 minutes, I can cast a floating disc and carry you along.
What a splendid idea.
You put him on a magic stretcher. Okay.
Basically, sled
What's
sled,
the-
really.
What's the duration of that spell?
I'm about to pull up.
Okay. 1 hour. Okay. Nice.
I mean, that'll get us in position with him for sure.
Okay, so you start pulling them up, so that way you try to avoid any noise, any potential noise, and
Yeah.
okay. As you guys are like getting back to the spot, two goblins just kind of like step out from behind like a cactus that doesn't look like it should be wide enough to cover one goblin, let alone two, and they both pop out, and as they're like, "We can hear you from like a mile away," as you're coming in, but we don't think that those orcs down there are too interested in the noises of the desert. And we found a hole at the top of the hill. For what that's worth. But your bugbear friend hasn't come back. Your bugbear friend hasn't come back, and neither have two of our companions.
If I don't hear anything after a reasonable amount of time, I'll assume they snuck up to the lookout point. Fine, and I'll head back to there.
Okay.
Did you take my familiar with you?
I could.
Because I was going to say my familiar could tap you twice to get your attention. Kind of pulling back towards the direction we were at.
Sure. That works.
Okay. Ouch. Okay, yeah, so when you guys get back up to the lookout point, Hackspice, there's 3 goblins there. 2 of them have not reported back. There's a hole in the top of the hill, and then there's this main entrance that you're aware of. But the other group went to check the northwest entrance, and they haven't come back.
Do we go check out the hole?
Perhaps be a secret passage.
Wasn't there
Back
smoke
door.
coming out of that hole?
There is.
It seems like some sort of ventilation. Might be dangerous to go through.
What's Blammerhoff think? Karsten,
Mind the dangerous route.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
How big is the hole in the hill?
The goblins figure that they could squeeze through. A hack slice could probably fit through, but it would take some squeezing. They didn't go in, but it looks to be to go into some sort of open, dark area.
If it's ventilation, perhaps if we blocked off the ventilation, that would cause problems.
Oh,
You could also
Very
throw
much
something
so.
down in there.
I like that idea.
Is it earthen? Is it earth, or is it just some metal construct?
We didn't look close enough to figure that out, but it looked like it was hard rock.
Marianne does have mold earth prepped because of her sand problem.
So does Dakin,
Nice.
and we could probably mold it shut together.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Well,
Do
I
we
would
wanna
suggest
do
we
the-
need a plan to deal with whoever comes out to look at the blocked off shaft there.
I'm sure we could pick them off. set up some sort of way.
You'd ambush them and tie them up and question them later.
Very good thinking. Yes.
Yes. Let's not needlessly take life if it can be avoided.
Okay, so now we just need to get in range to close up the hole. Marianne, how far do you think we could do that from? I have about 60 feet for my best score. How about you?
Do any of you guys speak Orcish?
You would think I would, but I don't. I can only pick so many languages.
Nice. All good.
Halfling, Goblin, Common.
Okay.
Draconic, Elvish, Common.
Okay. No problem. So who wants to go up to the hill, and how do you guys want to block this off, if that's what you're doing, or whatever else you want to do? Or I'm just assuming that all of you guys go up there.
Yeah, we'll all go up there
Okay. Who's leading the way?
just to make sure it's feasible.
Okay.
I don't mind leading the way if nobody else wants to.
Okay.
Am I still floating on my disc?
Yes. You still are. Yep. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I'll follow behind, I guess,
Nice.
with my floating friend behind me.
That's funny. Fucking Ewan. It's just like, yeah, this is the life.
That's great.
We'll take
here and be
we'll
quiet.
take Dustin the lizard.
Dustin the lizard will follow you. And he won't start coughing yet.
That's a lovely name. Did you think of that?
The goblins are able to kind of like lead you around a roundabout trail that they took up there, so that way you don't have to worry about making any sort of stealth checks at the time being. But yeah, you get up to the top of this rocky hill face, and you find what appears to be like a natural opening, like a just in the ground itself, and you can see every now and then there's like a little trickle of some sort of smoke that comes up through it.
Oh, so it's not an excessive amount of smoke or anything.
Not at the moment. And at this point, I'll say that the sun is starting to go down, so I'll say that you're just at dusk.
Perhaps it might be a better idea to cave in the shaft so that someone at the bottom there knows that there's been a cave in. If we simply block it off, they may not notice for a while.
Well, then I can't help but notice there are no guards. Perhaps we just go in.
How big is the hole? Can we squeeze through?
You definitely could, yep. The lizard probably couldn't. Unless you tried to, like, force it through.
I mean, the goblins are pretty small too, right?
Oh yeah, they can get in there if they wanted to. They just didn't. They weren't going to unless somebody else was here with them.
And I did pretty good in the last hole, I say quite proudly. Just prior to everything going wrong.
Nice.
Well, if the goblins can fit in there easier, I say let's send them in. So they're a little bit more agile, and we can have them scout out what's at the bottom there.
So they just kind of look at each other, like kind of resigned.
I'm gonna tie the barrel onto what? Sorry, was it Dustin?
Yeah.
Dustin.
And then I'll go in with the goblins.
Okay. Okay.
Sure,
And
make
I
sure
don't
that
have
they...
it for a feature, but I know it's coming up in the new releases that the bugbears can actually squeeze into small spaces.
Yeah, I just thought that they could do that anyways. I thought that they could.
Like a cat.
Yeah, or like a weasel is more what I thought. But like
Yes.
if their head could fit through it, then their body can fit through it.
Yep.
Marianne is going to cast guidance on each of the goblins, and Hackspice. I'm going to ask Hackspice to help the goblins get back because they look a little bit really cool, but fodder.
Cool. Are you going in first, Hackspice, or are you sending a goblin in first?
No, I'll let the goblin go first.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. He's getting paid.
Okay.
But I will tell him be careful, watch for traps.
Okay. What's that D? That's a guidance is a D4, right? I'm gonna need to add that D4 to this roll because it's gonna be funny. Okay. Okay, yeah, he's going to squeeze through, and he's going to inch down, and you can see him like he's going down feet first as he's crawling into this like spelunking hole as he's like looking up at you guys, but like you can see like he's not looking at you. He's like looking, like his eyes are kind of like rolled back. He's like thinking elsewhere because he's like moving his feet into position, and then you hear like this rock shift, and then he looks at you guys like surprised, and then he just falls into the hole, and he just lets out like a gasp, and then you hear a thud.
Oh crap.
How long was the time between him falling and the thud?
Make a dealer's choice. Make a perception or an investigation check as you quickly start firing off the math on like what the terminal velocity would have been or how far you.
Perception. Let's see.
As you turn to one of the other goblins and ask him how much he weighs, and they're like, "Hey, how far would it be to fall if you're just the sun?" Well, you heard a thud.
Can I try to jump in and see if I can
I'll need some rope.
channel divinity or see this guy?
You're gonna just dive in there,
I can choose any creatures within 30 feet of me.
but you're just gonna dive into the hole kind of thing and see if you can
I'm
reach
gonna
him.
try to. I want to try to see him.
Does anybody want to try to stop her before she jumps down the hole?
Let's tie a rope around the next one next whoever goes down the hole.
Nice.
I'll pull out my
Just
rope.
You pull out your rope, okay.
Yeah, and I'll
I-
find a place to secure it.
Time is of the essence, and I want to make sure he's not dead. I'm gonna jump in after him.
Nice. Okay, so Hackspice, you're taking out your rope.
Yeah.
And you're tying it off.
Well, tie a good knot, and I'll find a spot where I could jam the knot in a good crack in the rock.
Okay. You got any like pythons or anything?
No, I'll rig it.
Okay.
I'll use some rocks to jam it in there and just secure it really good.
Okay.
Be surprised how much a knot at the end of a rope will hold.
All right.
Which
I will take your
goblin
word
was
for it because you are a cave diver. So.
Works in a pinch, but it gives you your maximum length of rope.
Which goblin was it, Josh?
The one with the hardest name to pronounce.
Anerv?
Yeah. Starting from the bottom. So it was Anindis.
Nindis.
Yeah.
Alright, question for you. If I can't see it, but it's within 30 feet of me, can I hit it with the channel? Because the spell doesn't say anyone I can see. It's as an action, I can choose any creatures within 30 feet of me.
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna try to jump into the hole, but I'm channeling too. So move action, and then the channel is my action.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose Nindis, and I'm gonna try to channel hit points into Nindis.
Okay. So
Sneak up behind
I'm gonna
Mary
follow.
and-
We're all jammed in this hole.
I'm gonna do this. Okay.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm gonna look at the initiative order real quick. First, I'm gonna ask Blammerhoff what he's doing right now. I know that Hackspice is setting up the rope,
Yeah, that's cool.
and Blammerhoff, what are you doing at the moment? As you're running the calculations to determine how far down it is, and you're not quite sure. You're like, it could be 30 feet, it could be 1,000 feet. You don't know, but you're pretty sure it's not 1,000 feet because you heard the thud at the end. But for all you know, he could have bounced off of like the side of a ledge. He could have done all sorts of things, and yeah, that's the data you have right now.
Not enough data.
Maybe if you sent another goblin down, you could recalculate with advantage, but... But yeah, is there anything you want to do, Blammerhoff? I don't know if you're on mute or not. Is anybody there?
I'm here.
Okay.
He's there.
Blammerhoff, you there?
Oh.
He went down
Sleeper?
He went down a different rabbit hole. He might have just maybe his mic disconnected. It could be. I'm not sure. He might not hear us either, or he could have disconnected. But this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say like while Hackspice is like tying up the one end of the rope and like finding a good rock to tie it around, Marianne just grabs the other end and fucking Indiana Jones is down the hole, grabbing pickles with one hand and grabbing on the rope with the other, and make a athletics check.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to like hold on to the rope as you slide through the hole, and then you just like snap down, and you find yourself like hanging from this rope. You're not sure how far down you went. You feel like you're hanging in the middle of the room as you channel divinity. And what are you doing to channel divinity? I guess.
I guess it's usually used with children because I kept hanging around with kids that kept getting attacked.
Yeah.
I got to use it. I have like a charm bracelet on that was something that I got from my brother. Kind of use that as a focus.
Okay.
I guess I kind of just, to visualize it, I just sort of point in the direction of the person I'm trying to heal, and usually it's just the kids being like, you and you and you. I usually play it fast and loose. So I'm just kind of like, down there. In this. And just from that health.
Okay.
Hope he's okay.
Nice.
Blins are like children that have just had too much sugar.
Nice.
Did we lose Blammerhoff?
I think so. He's not talking.
He's logged out.
Did he? Maybe his computer reset or something. That's okay. He'll jump back on. I'm sure he can. He hasn't messaged me, so... On Facebook anyways. I'll turn my notifications on in case he does, though. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you just you pull out this charm bracelet, and then you start channeling divinity, and you do sense that he is there, in the room with you, and you hear him just yell, "Shush, shush!" As you heal him, I guess, because he's within 30 feet of you.
And I just kind of like quietly hang there, being like, "Well, this is where I am now."
Yeah, this is my life. Yeah, I'm a rope person now. I'm gonna move that over there, I guess, since you guys don't actually see this. So
We don't see anything really.
yeah, you don't. No, I have a map ready though on Excel. I have an Excel dungeon map, and as you descend
There it
into
is.
a 30-foot by 70-foot room that you're hanging in the middle of, Marianne, and it is dark. It is pitch. It's pitch black at this point, since like any light that would be coming from the top has been like overshadowed by your friends that are blocking over the hole. Plus, it's like dusk at this point, so there's not any real light that's penetrating down here. For like the twists and turns of the little shaft that you fell through. as you're hanging there. While you're hanging there, what's Dakin doing up top? And how much does this goblin heal by? Because he did take fall damage, but he's not unconscious.
I gave him the full 10. He gets 10 health if he can max.
Okay, so he's back up. He's back up to full then. I'm not going to tell you what their HP is, but it's below average.
Dakin rushes over to try to catch Marianne before she jumps, and he quickly throws a bird bone wing at her. As it hits her, he casts Featherfall on her.
Nice.
And he will, if he can, move his disc down into the hole.
Okay.
I don't know how floating disc works. I think it has to only be so high off the ground.
It is 3 feet above ground of an unoccupied space.
It can't cross elevation changes of 10 feet or more.
Never mind then. Well, no, I'll do it to see how deep it is.
Oh yeah, it's gonna fall. Like it'll probably fall down that distance and then hit the ground and then bounce back up, I'm thinking. And I would say make an Arcana check just to see if it shatters or not. And then Eowyn is, since you're casting Featherfall and it's like up to 6 people, I'm just gonna say that it affects everybody. Like if you're jumping down there and then you have the disc following you by default, then you've effectively cast it on yourself, Marianne, and Eowyn.
And I may as well jump in if I see that happening.
Yeah.
Hey, big stretch.
I will. Yeah, I'll just say that you guys are all inside at this point. As Marianne is still hanging from the rope, and then everybody else floats past you, except for the disc, which just bucket falls straight down on its side, hits the ground, and you hear like a ringing noise throughout the room, and then it just levels back up, and then resumes its like 3-foot elevation off the ground. It looks like it's got some cracks around the edges of it, but then they just reform after a moment. And hey, Blammerhoff, welcome back.
Hey, yeah, internet.
No worries.
Can you hear me now? It's all good?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Sweet. I could hear you even as I was disconnected.
Nice.
I assume you're describing the room now.
Yes, I was asking.
Going down?
I was asking if there was anything that you were doing. Everybody, everybody.
That's fine.
Down.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped down.
Okay.
And Dak can cast Featherfall. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I follow?
Yes, you're in there as
I'll
well.
come with. Great.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys are in a 30-foot by 70-foot rectangular room. It is effectively pitch black in here, except for the 2 of you that have dark vision. You guys can see, I mean, when you have dark vision, everything looks to be black and white. Blammerhoff, you recognize it right away. Like, it looks to be like some sort of like smithy or like a smelting area, where there's like old equipment which is kind of like run down and abandoned or partially dismantled over the years. There is what appears to be a wooden door over on this area. Hold on a second here. Yeah, right around here there appears to be a wooden door. With it looks like it's kind of like wedged or barred shut on this side. It looks like it's like a push door from what you can tell. And then otherwise you can see like small clumps of material, of this like grayish blackish material, since you can just see black and white all around. And it looks like crap at first, but if you, I guess, just as you like your foot kind of nudges it from your passive perception, you can see that it's solid, and it's almost like slag, like solidified old slag from like the smelting. that would have taken place here, and you guys came down a ventilation shaft, and there are a couple little thin strands of smoke that kind of like spark up every now and then from some of these some of the slag that's on the ground.
Given that the rest of the party doesn't necessarily have dark vision, I'll quietly describe what's in the room, what I see, so everyone else can orient themselves.
I do not have light prepared, so I can't cast light. I'm basically blind.
Does the door have any openings in it?
There's a bar on it that you could just like move off the latch. Let's see, Blammerhoff is the yellow token.
Yeah.
So if you come up to it, the closer you get, you can see that there are some holes carved into the door that look to be like peepholes, and then there is a latch and a bar. Like, so you could pull the bar off to unlock it effectively, and it looks like a simple wooden door.
Right. Well, appraise the party of where we are before doing anything.
Cool.
Tell them not to make any light yet.
I guess I'll feather fall to the ground and then try to find Haxvice or Owen and just like keep a hand on them the whole time so I know where I'm going.
Everybody hold hands.
Okay.
Perception check.
As you're like, everybody hold hands, and then like Blammerhoff and then Haxvice just walk away because they can see perfect. They can see in the dark. And the one goblin, as the other ones from the surface, they call down and they're like, "Whoa!"
Find your cave, buddy.
Find your
I'll
cave,
keep
buddy.
Marianne within my 10-foot reach for sure.
Okay. Marianne is
I'll
curious.
get you
Slunk
what I
pal.
know, Marianne.
Okay. Just so you know, these squares that I have on the map are 10-foot squares.
Okay.
Yeah, for reference.
And I'll head over by the door as well. Dragging Marianne along.
Okay.
I will be dragged.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see these little holes in the door. They look to be like peepholes.
Scratch.
They look to be like peepholes, I guess, dwarven height. But I mean, anybody can look through them, obviously, unless they're too short to.
Do I see anything through it?
Yes, you do. Second here. As you look through, you can see like one of the holes is kind of half covered by some sort of fabric, like some sort of fabric, and then you can see the other end. The other eye hole has a opening in it, probably from like a tear in that fabric, and you can see more like iron kind of blobs like scattered in this room, as well as let's see here, where did it go? There we go. A bunch of orcs huddled in a corner with their weapons drawn and just kind of like on the alert and watching for the door, a different door. And from what you can tell, the sound is well insulated for the most part, but I wouldn't push my luck. There we go. And you can see that there is another door over in this area. The angles of your vision are remarkable. for what it's worth here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah.
What do you say? How do we deal with these orcs? How many are there?
5.
5.
Yeah. And I'll just say that there are.
I say we lure them in here and ambush them. Well, don't all speak up at once.
I do like a good ambush.
All right, We'll have light once the fight starts. Somebody can make some. Until then, none of the people that can't see come close to the door. And with that, I'll cast Snare.
Okay.
Kind of in front of the door.
Okay.
I'll push Marianne back behind me against the wall, so she's also on
Nice.
the door.
Okay.
If you open the door, I can cast Fairy Fire real quick.
I'm going to stand back with the goblin.
Okay. Just hanging out over here. Okay.
And
I ready an action to throw a Fairy Fire into the room.
Okay.
and while Blammerhoff is looking through the eye holes, I'm gonna scratch lightly on the door, just like down near the floor level.
Okay.
I'll reach down and I'll just like a little scritch.
Wait, you're already learning them out. Hold on, I'll take a step back and pull out my Molotov.
Okay. Like, are you against the other wall? You're the yellow token right now, Blammerhoff.
Oh yeah, I'll go just kind of like a little to the left of that. Yeah, like that.
Kind of like here. So that way you can
Yeah,
just...
yeah.
Okay, and then you have cast Snare right here.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. How about you?
Blue there?
What's that?
Who's
Dean.
the blue?
Dean is blue. Hackspice is purple.
Okay.
Dean, where do you want to be in this position? Where do you want to be in this situation?
I'll be right by. Let's see. When that door opens, I want whoever comes through. I want me to be the first thing they see.
Okay, so like standing on the other end of the snare trap, kind of like
Sure.
5 to 10 feet clearance between you and the door. Because if the snare is like a 5 foot, I think a 5 foot radius. Is that right? Oh, I don't have snare.
Oh, you want me to pull up the spell?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, anyways, okay, you're gonna start scratching on the door lightly, and then you'll hear them just like mumble in orc. And you catch like one word that you kind of pick up, and they'll say something about demons, and then they'll come to the door. And I guess one of them, like the group of them is kind of like here, and one of them will like hesitantly bring their hand up to the eye hole, like, and then they start to like pull away, and then you can see they pull this canvas clear of the other eye hole, so you can see more fully into the room or whatever. And then they realize that.
The point where I would probably fling the door open.
Okay, so you go to fling the door open, and you find that it's stuck.
I'll kick it in right into his face. Then.
Okay, make an attack roll or athletics check.
I guess if I can't pull it out, pushing it in.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that that happened. As you're like, I'm gonna push it, and it's like it's stuck. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so it's a pretty simple door, and with that, you're able to break it open for sure. As you just like kick it open, and then you just kind of step back to the side of the wall. And as the door explodes, then they all just yell out in surprise, and then they start to rush into the room. So there's 5 orcs that run in, and as they're running into the room, I'm going to say, Marianne, you had a ready action to cast Fairy Fire. So I'm gonna
have a DC 11.
DC 11.
It's not very high.
Okay, no problem. Where's my orcs? Okay. Yeah, they're all going to light up, and then as they light up, I guess the floor around them will kind of illuminate, and you can see like these little chunks of slag on the ground around them. And there's like several different colors. You can see some like grays and silvers and whatnot, and then you can see some flecks of what appear to be gold. And they're going to rush in. The first one's going to step on a snare. What's going to happen when the snare casts?
I mean, I think the the spell just hoists them up by whatever got caught in it.
Nice. Okay.
Magically hoisted into the air, leaving it hanging upside down 3 feet above the ground or floor.
Is that
Yep.
Until the spell ends.
is that an auto fail or just like a dex save kind of thing?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, they're definitely gonna fail that dex save anyways, and it's just one target. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the
restrained creature can make a dexterity saving throw at the end of each turn, and a creature or someone else can reach it and use an action. Make an intelligence arcana check against the spell DC to also.
Okay. Yeah, so they rush in, and then one of them from the group, he just like flings upside down, and then the other ones kind of like stop and like look around him, and then they continue into the room as they all light up in fairy fire, and then with that,
So when
go ahead.
Oh, just saying, when I see the light up, can I throw the Molotov, the acid bomb?
Yes, you can. That's going to be another dex save, I think, hey? For the caustic
so.
brew? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get an advantage though, because they're very fired.
But it's a dex save, so they're going to have disadvantage anyways, because they're all like...
Oh.
So, like, they're all stumbling over each other, and then one of their friends is, like, upside down in front of them, so, like, they're moving past, like, the punching bag in the obstacle course at the fair, and they run through, they're on fire, one of them is snared upside down, they've got fucking Molotov cocktailed, and... insult to injury, they're now standing in front of a bugbear with a couple of hand axes and javelins and and Eowyn. So roll your damage on the caustic brew, and then Eowyn and Haxvice tell me what you guys are doing, and then after that I'll ask Dakin what he's doing.
What is the damage? 2d4.
I'm gonna hand axe the first guy that comes through the door, and then reach over his head and poke the guy behind him with the javelin.
Okay. Nice. 5 damage. Okay.
That's my plan anyway.
Okay. That's a hit. That's a hit. And Eowyn, what are you doing?
Attack with my hammer.
Okay. You just hitting like the front guy kind of thing?
Yep.
Nice.
For justice.
For justice. Hammer
For justice.
Oh, that's a solid hit too. Okay.
Six to one, 8 to the other. And do I get a sneak attack on one of these guys?
Yes, you
Have
do.
advantage.
You should have advantage on those attacks because of the fairy fire, right?
Oh yeah, I can fish
Yeah.
for crits too now.
And then Eowyn, you get an advantage on your attack as well if you wanted to fish for a crit.
A
Although,
D3 three damage to one of the other guys. And no
I'll
crit.
always fish for a crit.
nice. 9, 8, so 14 and 13 and 14 and... Okay. Nice. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so these guys, they just come stumbling through. One of them gets snared upside down. A fucking Blammerhoff, you just whip this Molotov cocktail into them as the acid starts to burn into them as the fairy fire lights them up, and they're just like pulling on their faces, like trying to wipe this stuff out of their eyes with their like axe in one hand, just like kind of wiping out this acid. And when the hammer and axes start falling, and Eowyn, you cave in the skull of the one in front of you, as Haxvice, you stab 2 of them, or I guess you hack at 2 of them, and you bring them to the ground. You guys drop 3 of the 5 orcs in this first movement, and Dakin, what are you doing? Dakin on mute.
And I'll repeat as best I can the word that I heard them say in Orcish, demon.
Okay. Nice.
I will take a look at my skills. Hold on.
Okay. I'll call it a session after this combat is done because it's 10 o'clock. But I want to.
I will look at them and. I guess I'm going magic missile.
Okay. Do you want the one?
I was going to say
upside down?
I'm going to ask them to surrender. Actually, yeah. Just lay down your arms, and there will be no more bloodshed.
Okay.
If you want,
make a intimidation.
Persuasion.
Intimidation or persuasion, your choice. They're going to make some attacks anyways as you're doing this. One of them is upside down. He's going to attack with disadvantage, and he's going to swing an axe over top of Eowyn's head and miss by a mile. And then the other one is going to turn towards Hackspace, and he's going to make an attack. He's going to crit on you. That's going to be take a d12. 15 damage.
Okay.
As he just like blindly swings the axe into you and just connects with all of his might. Amidst all the confusion.
I got a 10 unless I can roll with advantage.
They don't speak your language, from what you can tell. And as you're calling out and like trying to call out orders to them, and then they start just like yelling back and just blabbering in Orcish. And as they're pissed off, and the one upside down is like trying to like get himself down at this point, but he is not able to. And it is your guys' turn again. What is?
I'll attack the guy that hit me, unless we're going in turn again.
Let's go in turn order.
Right.
Blammerhoff, what are you doing?
Oh, are we going through another turn?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was reading one of them. All right. Well, I guess I'll just fire a crossbow bolt
Okay.
at one of them.
Do you want to shoot the one upside down or the one that's at the door? They're
It's
both.
possible we can keep. I guess no one can speak Orcish, right? So there's no point in taking prisoners.
I can cast comprehend language, I think, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, let's keep one just in case.
Okay.
Yeah. So just one of the other ones. How many are left?
There's two. One's upside down, hanging from your spell, and then the other one is right in front of you, and or right in front of Hackspace.
Oh. Oh, I don't. Sorry, I don't have a crossbow.
Oh,
I thought I did. Do I not have a crossbow? I'll do a sling. Can I do sling with the magic stone?
yep, yep. Nice. That's a miss.
Oh, it's a miss anyway.
Wait, you got advantage. You have advantage because they're all lit up with fairy fire.
Oh, so I can just do another one, right?
Yeah. That's a hit. As you hit him just like square between the eyes, and he doesn't drop, but he's wounded. And Marianne, sorry about last turn.
Oh, this is fine. The fairy fire worked out.
Sure you did. I forgot about that. Yep.
I can't see anything beyond the fairy fired things, right? There's no light source in the room.
That's right.
I'm going to pull out a small candle of. Question: Druidcraft lets me create a small little campfire with a candle. I just use that on pickles and just make pickles glow like a candle.
Well, like you want to light pickles on fire?
Oh, I want to make pickles light up like I did the first time I met pickles.
Okay. You want
using Druidcraft.
Okay. You just kind of like light it up. Yeah, I'll say that you're able to like light up the let's say like a 10-foot radius or something.
Now I can see what's going on, and I can see that Hexface has been wounded. That was my action.
Okay. Okay. As you put pickles on your head, kind of thing. It's just like a headlamp, and
totally, yeah. Pickles head, holding pickles up.
Yeah.
The cranium cactus.
You hit the cranial cactus. Yeah. Dakin, what are you doing? Are you moving at all, Marianne? Are you trying to? Do you want to move closer to him, or you're right beside him? Never mind.
I'm gonna move behind him so that the orcs are on the other side of.
I forgot you're
Spice.
already behind him. Yeah, because he
Yeah,
positioned
you
you
stay
to.
right there.
Yeah, he positioned you to safety before the fight started.
Okay, then I'll stay there, and then on my next turn I'll do a heal spell.
Okay. Okay.
Dakin's gonna shoot one of them in the knee with a crossbow.
Okay. Is that you saying that you're intending non-lethal damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, he's gonna pull out his pickaxe and do this.
Okay, so you're moving in on them.
Yeah.
But you're gonna pickaxe him in the knee.
Yeah, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
amazing.
It's like
He's gotta be.
yeah. It's like fucking Kathy Bates in Misery just hobbling him.
I mean,
that
it's
was a
only
brutal
because I have advantage.
Yeah.
That's a brutal
But
scene.
then
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna you crush his kneecap as he starts crying out in pain, and he'll like drop to one knee, and just start snarling and howling, and make eye contact with you.
I will not break stare.
Okay, Aowen, what are you doing? Or sorry, Hackspice, what are you doing?
I'll take out the other one.
Okay, the one upside down.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still fighting, so I'm off.
Yeah. You got advantage as well, just remember. So okay.
Oh yeah, with advantage.
Ooh, okay.
1d22 and a 17.
Yeah, those are both hit. How do you want to kill him?
Just like casual underhanded hatchet to his skull since he's hanging there.
Okay.
And then if he's got any in him after that, then it's just like a nice easy poke to the liver with the javelin.
Okay. Nice. I think it's like Bill the Butcher vibes off of this. Like going in there with like a butcher knife and like two knives, and one's for hacking and one's for stabbing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
it's that show where they test blades. Like people make swords and they like hack this hanging.
Fire.
Forge and fire. Yeah, that's the image. I'm getting.
That's awesome. Okay, so as you cut this one to pieces, and Aowen, what are you doing amidst this chaos?
There's nobody left. Is that right?
There is one left, and he is like yelling out in anger on one knee. As you've just seen it, his knee get obliterated with a pickaxe. He's like bleeding from between the eyes as a magic stone hit him there, and he's had better days to say the least. But he just looks.
He's out of the fight, right? He dropped below on river.
Oh no, he's still standing. He's limping. He's still in the fight. He's just like he's hobbled basically.
Well, I'm gonna move over to him,
Okay.
and I'm going to raise my hammer, but I'm going to also hold up my hand and tell him to yield.
Okay. Make a intimidation check. It will kill. Okay. He's going to attack you. What's
Do I
your
get to
AC?
attack at all, or
What's he gonna do? Bite his legs off?
I mean, if you're choosing, if you're readying it, I'll say that you're ready
All
an
right.
action to attack. So that way, if he shows hostility, then yeah, you can bring the hammer down. So he basically he's coming up with the axe, like trying to come in an upward arc towards you, and let's do a contested attack roll here.
what is that?
Just make an attack roll.
Yeah.
You can roll with advantage. He's rolling with disadvantage. What's your AC?
18.
Oh, fuck, he's not hitting you anyways. Nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he brings the axe up, and it just kind of glances off the side of your armor as you bring the hammer down. And
I'll club him on the other knee.
oh fuck. Okay. Okay. 1 second here. He's gonna pass out. Yeah, he's just gonna pass out from the pain, but he's not dead because I think you attempted to do non-lethal. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you have one orc prisoner, and Jesus Christ. Yeah, as you guys, I guess, step into the next room through the door, if anybody wants to, then I can describe the room, and then we can call it a session after that.
Yes, please. I'm gonna step
Yep.
I'm casting Cure Wounds on Hacksvice. He's getting 11 health.
Okay, so you guys step into this 30-foot by 30-foot room, and it's got like this foul smell to it, like they've been using it as a bathroom almost. And as you step through, and then you look behind you through the doorway that you came, the door frame appears to be a large carving of the face of a demon,
Nice.
with a tapestry that is, with an old tapestry that has been torn down, revealing the door that you guys came out of.
I feel we're like in a level of the '90s Doom game.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's Indus?
What's that? Oh, he's fine. He just watched everything happen. He's like, I ain't getting up in there with a spear. I'm a scout. Comes into the room, and yeah, I'll call it a session there, as you guys are now like in this room of what appears to be a dungeon, and then I guess next session you can crawl through the dungeon.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Love it.
That was good. That was fun.
Fuck yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
And at least we
Make
took a
sure
prisoner
goblins-
this time.
Make sure those goblins
prisoner,
get out
yeah.
of this alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun time, gang.
At least you took a prisoner. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a cruise, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Have a good night. Thank
Hey.
you for playing.
Thanks
Good
for
night.
coming out.